In this video, we'll walk through how to export your contacts from Outlook and then import them into Salesforce. The first step is to log into your Outlook account. Once you're in Outlook, click on the File menu in the upper left-hand corner. Then select the Import and Export link from the drop-down menu to open the Export wizard. In the first step of the wizard, select Export to a file from the list of menu options, then click Next. Now you can choose what type of file you want to export your contacts into. Choose comma-separated values Windows as the file type, and then click Next. Some older versions of Outlook may have slightly different steps. You can always use Outlook's help box in the upper right-hand corner of Outlook if you need to find additional help. The next step is to select the folder that you want to export your contacts from. This is typically your Contacts folder, but you may have grouped contacts into different folders. Select the ones that you want to export, and then click Next. Now click the Browse button to select where your contacts will be saved and what the file will be named. Let's save them to our desktop so we can easily find the file later, and name it My Contacts Outlook. When you're done, click OK, and then click Next to move along in the wizard. On the next step, you can check to see how Outlook will export your contacts. Click on the Map Custom Fields link, and you can see how Outlook is mapping your data to the field names it will use in your finished spreadsheet. Check over your contacts. If any of your data isn't matched up to the right fields, take the time to change it by dragging the data from the list on the left to the appropriate field name on the right. When you're finished checking over your contacts here, click OK, and then click Finish to export your contacts. Now that you have your contacts out of Outlook, you can import them into your Salesforce account. After you log in to your Salesforce account, click on the Contacts tab. Look for the Tools section in the bottom right-hand corner of the page, and then click on the Import My Accounts and Contacts link. You'll be taken to an overview page for importing your contacts. There are a number of helpful links on the right side of this page. Take a few minutes to read through this information before continuing on. You'll also notice a link at the top of the page in the yellow bar. Click on this link if you're importing more than 500 contacts at once, and you'll be taken to another import wizard that will help walk you through the process. For this tutorial, we're going to walk through how to import fewer than 500 contacts. So we'll click on the Start the Import Wizard link and launch the Import Wizard. One best practice for importing your contacts is to test how a file with just 5 to 10 contacts will import. That way you can go back and refine the process if you need to. On the first step of the Import Wizard, you can select where your data is coming from. Select Microsoft Outlook as the data source, and then click Next. Now you can choose your contacts file. Click on the Choose File button, and then find the file that you exported from Outlook. We saved ours to our desktop and named it My Contacts Outlook. Once you select your file, click Open. If you're certain your contacts will import correctly, maybe you tested importing a few contacts to see that all of your information matched up correctly to Salesforce, then you can click Import Now. If you'd like to check how your contact information is mapping to Salesforce's fields, click on the Customize Mappings button. First, you'll be able to check your contact information. You can walk through the different fields to check that the information you have in your spreadsheet is matching up to the right field in Salesforce. For instance, that the name field is pulling from the right column in your contact sheet, or that the title or email address will be correct. If you're unsure of how the information is set up in your CSV file, you can always open your spreadsheet at this point to check what information you have in it and make sure that it's being mapped correctly. On the next step, you can check how your contacts' address and phone numbers are being mapped. When you've checked this information over, head to Step 5. Here you can check that your account information is importing correctly. Accounts are how Salesforce refers to companies that your contacts work at. At the top of the page, you'll see that you can overwrite any existing account data that you may already have in Salesforce with the new account data in your spreadsheet. Check this box if you already have data in Salesforce and know that the account information you're importing is more up to date. Click Next, and now you can check over the rest of your account's information, including their billing address, shipping address, and their phone number. On the final step, Salesforce will let you know if any of the data in your spreadsheet isn't mapped to fields in Salesforce. All of our data is mapped, so we'll click Import Now. Salesforce will let you know how many new contacts and accounts were created. And if you close out of the Import Wizard, you can go to the Contacts tab, and then select the New This Week view to see the contacts that you just imported. Now that you've learned how to import your contacts from Outlook, watch the next video to learn how to create and manage your personal tasks in Salesforce.